Hi, my name is Iridian Carranza, and I'm a lesbian.
How did you know that you were a lesbian?
Well, I knew I was a lesbian in 8th grade because I had a boyfriend, and he would try to kiss me, and I really didn't like it. And then when I would hang out with this girl that I liked, it was completely different. So I figured that I like girls.
How is it different?
It was different because I saw myself being more of a friend with guys. I didn't find them attractive.
How old were you when you first came out, and how did you feel about it?
When I first came out, I was 16, and I felt scared and nervous to tell people. And I had a girlfriend, so it was kind of a secret, and I was keeping it from everyone. The first person I told was my best friend, Abby, because I knew she wouldn't look at me any different, but I was scared to tell everybody else because I don't know who would still be my friend or who would feel awkward being around me.
Are you glad that you came out?
I have a good support group, so I'm pretty glad that I came out. My mom is progressing. She's getting better at accepting it. My dad doesn't know yet.
How do you feel about the way the media portrays lesbians?
I don't know how to feel about the media portraying lesbians because sometimes things are really sexual on the media and that's not how it is with me.
Do you believe the stereotype that most lesbians are kind of butch and masculine?
I don't believe that stereotype about lesbians being butch and masculine because my girlfriend is really girly. She's kind of a diva, and I'm not masculine at all, so it varies.
How are you affected by the media's portrayal of lesbians?
I don't think the media's portrayal of lesbians affects me. I try to ignore it, but it makes other people think that lesbians are a certain way, so it's they kind of stereotype me sometimes, but I try not to let it get to me.
Are you friends with other lesbians? And if so, how do they react to the media?
I have a couple other lesbian friends, but they don't really pay attention to the media either. It's doing their own thing.
How do you think the media stereotypes affects today's society?
The media's portrayal of homosexuals affects society by inflicting a sense of homophobia into the public.
How do you deal with people who are homophobic?
It takes a little time for people to warm up to the idea that I'm a lesbian, especially if they're girls. And like sometimes girls, like when you're friends, you like to like play around and be like, oh, you're so cute. But then if I do it, some people might think differently. So it's weird.
What are common stereotypes that you hear about homosexuals?
Common stereotypes that I hear about lesbians are that many of them are butch or manly and tomboys, but I don't think all lesbians are tomboys. I mean, some of them are, but it's not everyone. And then I hear a lot of stereotypes against gay people, that they're girly and feminine, and not all of them are. There could be the biggest, buffest guy out there and he could be gay. So it's not, stereotypes don't apply to everyone.
Do you think homosexuals can do everything heterosexual can?
I think that homosexuals can do everything that a heterosexual can because your sexuality doesn't define who you are as a person and it doesn't change what your goals might be and your method of getting there. So everybody has their own way of doing what they want to do.
Why do you think that they are so bent on exposing a different view of homosexuals?
What do you mean by view?
Like, why do you think that this media is so against having homosexuals?
I think the media is against homosexuals.
Like, why is their portrayal of homosexuals so negative?
Okay. I think the media's portrayal of homosexuals is negative because it all has to do with the way people were brought up and certain traditions that have been brought up in the country. And many people are really conservative, and I think that if they become more open-minded about the topic, then there wouldn't be such a negative portrayal about homosexuals.
What would you tell others who are struggling with their sexuality?
I would tell kids or teens who are struggling with their sexuality to just be themselves and not let anybody get in the way with how they feel about a certain person. And if they're having trouble coming out, to just go to the person who they trust the most and who'll be there no matter